Welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to talk about fire prevention. And normally that would be the fire department, but I have a guest here from the Red Cross. Welcome, Lorri Powers. How are you?
I'm doing great, Robin. Thanks for having me today.
I was so excited because I was at a city council meeting recently and you came and spoke about really a new effort that the Red Cross is doing to prevent fires. Do you want to tell us about that?
I sure can. So at the Red Cross, we are traditionally known for our disaster response. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we have volunteers in the community responding to home fires and working with their family on their recovery plan.
And you see that every time there's there's a press release and the Red Cross is assisting the family. You are known for coming in that situation where people, have basically lost everything. And even if they have insurance, there's a period of time there where they need immediate help. They need a place to go that night.
That's right, and that's exactly what the Red Cross is here for in our community. It is that immediate emergent need for our families to make sure that they are in a safe place and have what they need so that they can start the recovery process. So the Red Cross also, works a lot in preparedness in our communities and prevention. So we have a couple of new programs that have that we launched a couple of years ago that are really picking up steam in the community that we're excited about. And that is our home fire prevention program, which is twofold. We are going into communities to do smoke alarm installation, which is exciting. So we are working with our fire departments to choose communities that are at high risk, and we are literally going door to door, knocking on community doors to offer these free smoke alarms. And we go in, not only do we install, but we're helping them with education and helping their families develop an escape plan.
That is huge because the cost of one fire is, a lot, especially if there's lives involved. It's priceless. And if you can work and take that money instead toward prevention,
that's right.
It does make so much sense. But it's still a lot of work. I mean, don't tell my friends at the fire department, but I bought smoke detectors for my home and they sat in my garage for about 2 or 3 years.
Right.
I mean, just getting your act together, even if you can afford the smoke, is a hard thing. And there's a lot of people who don't have the mobility. You don't want them up on a ladder. I mean, older folks really need some assistance with this.
They sure do. And that just brought up a really huge and important point, is how complacent that we can get. My own home, when, we know a couple of months ago, the battery started chirping. And, they always chirp at the worst time, in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Well, we get up, we take the battery out, and we get so busy in our day-to-day, but do we remember to replace it? And our smoke alarms are really cool. They're 10-year alarms. They have an internal battery. So, when there's an expiration date, and we do show that to our clients, show them how they can check it and test it each month.
No way, that's so cool.
So it's a great product, and it's an awesome partnership with our fire departments in the community because we're going together. We're using businesses. Geico joined us in the city of Norfolk, for example, during that big Ocean View fire that we had in February. So it was really great to have one of our business leaders with us, and we're doing that right in every community here. So it's a huge program, and one life saved is a success to us. So, and you brought up about leaving your smoke alarms in the garage. That's why we go in and we do the installation.
Yeah, if you just handed them to people, they would stay there.
Sure, and we want to make sure that they're in there and that we're showing them how they work. And, and in one of the first homes that I went into, you brought up, folks with mobility issues. It was a woman who had smoke alarms, but when they stopped working, she couldn't get on a ladder to install them. So it had been greater than 5 years before she had working smoke alarms in her home, and she was raising her grandchildren. And it was just, a really eye-opening experience for us to see firsthand, why this is such an important program. So we're really excited about it, and it's an initiative that's here to stay.
That is wonderful. Okay, so if I'm watching this and thinking, I don't have a smoke alarm, I need some help, do we wait for you to come knock on the door, or if someone is proactive and wants your services?
If anybody would like our services, they can call our office at 757-838-7320 and schedule an appointment with one of our volunteers.
That's great. Now, you also mentioned this woman that you talked about was raising her grandchildren. You work with kids.
We sure do.
Also.
We do. So we also have an education program for our elementary school students in disaster prevention. It's called the Pillowcase Project. It's a partnership with the Disney Corporation, so we have a lot of really fun characters that we bring with us to the program. And it's a very holistic approach to understanding what the disasters are, how that fits into their science curriculum, because we know that's really important too.
Yes, yes. If a teacher's going to give you time, you better be leading towards those SOLs,
That's
standards
right.
of learning.
So we go in, we talk about those two things, then we start talking about how children can prepare for disasters as well. You know, the grown-ups in their households have a lot of responsibility, but this program allows and empowers the students to be a part of that, and that's by packing their own disaster kit in a pillowcase. And we provide a pillowcase for each student. It's got the Disney characters on it, and and they spend some time coloring it and decorating it, making their own. But what they're really taking away is that preparedness for themselves, and they also walk away with some coping skills. Disasters can be challenging. They can also be very scary, and this program gives them just some tips to how they can remain calm during a disaster and how they can work through that. So it's a neat program that kind of helps us balance that out. We can tackle our adults, we can tackle our students, and and that leads to what we hope is a great family plan.
It really helps, and kids do that a lot in school, and I know there's fire educators that go into the school, but I remember my kids coming home and they had to have drawn out their how they could get out of the house in case of a fire. And as a parent, I think that just comes naturally, and they should know that. But kids don't think calmly in a disaster. I don't think calmly in a disaster. Right. And I don't think necessarily to proactively talk about it.
Sure.
So it helps, when you and the other outside educators bring that to light. Because kids come home and they're like, Mom, we got to talk about this.
Right, that's right. Empower the kids, empower the parents. Because I have two kids. They're in middle and high school now, but every year they brought that home as homework, like you said. And and that really, while Mom works for the Red Cross, we talk about that all the time. It just kind of brings that family together to really have those conversations and look at our home and make those plans best. And and with that pillowcase program, we can talk about the home fires, but we can also talk about tornadoes. We can talk about hurricanes and all those disasters that do impact our area. So it's a neat program. We're really proud of it.
Okay, so smoke detectors really do save lives. May not save the home, but it also might get the fire department there faster and might save more of your property than without it. But primarily, absolutely shown to save lives. And they don't work if they don't have a battery or if they're sitting in your garage uninstalled.
That's right. That's right. And and we only have about 2 seconds. Or 2 minutes, 2 minutes to get out of the home once you hear it and once you smell that smoke. So this is, it is a life-saving alarm. They are loud for a reason. And, in Virginia, as a matter of fact, we have had one family come forward to tell us, your smoke alarms saved our lives.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're, so we know they work. We know they work.
Okay. So if people need that program, they can call you. But let's remember you also provide the assistance after a fire. Lorri, is there a number for people who might want to help volunteer or people who might want to give you donations to help with the cost of helping people recover from a fire?
Absolutely. They can call that same number, call our local office at 757-838-7320, or you can go online at redcross.org. There is an option there to donate money, but there's also a volunteer application there that will bring you right back to our local community and get you started.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I hope that if you don't have smoke detectors or aren't sure of the battery status or don't really have a fire plan, you will contact Lorri and her folks and they will help get you on the road to safety. You will sleep better at night knowing that if something happens, that alarm will wake you up. Thanks for watching.